Hi, brothers and sisters. Emil in Butoi here, and it's April 21 and 12:38. I had a dream about Comet Wormwood, the green gases atlas. A year ago, I've seen the devil lifting up a woman. It's not the rapture, but the gas. You can call it rapture if you die and you're ready to go to heaven. For people who don't know, you're not judged by what you don't know, but what you do. And now, secondly, this comet, or if people don't know, it's the green one. Like I saw the green mist around the devil. I didn't know what until very recently, last week, what it was, because I was not interested in comets. But now I understand. We all a star. You hear that some are angels, and that's why we're doing gas too. But this comet has a coma, which is the circle gas, and it's big, and the tail is very big, and it's about to hit Earth or come very close by. There's several other ones I spoke: Comet Swan, Comet Bandstar, and Apophis in 2029, which is maybe the end. Now this one, I've seen yesterday that the butterfly passed in a prophetic dream, and I was on a steep like a continent or steep or something. Now I searched, and this comet brought me to North Atlantic, and I felt like because of this, the butterfly passed diagonally. I already mentioned in previous video, but this is more depths in it. Is the butterfly signify rebirth, right? Because it changed to caterpillar, so it passed to about, excuse me here, 7-8 o'clock and diagonally. So if I see that position where it could pass and plunge in the ocean Atlantic, and you're gonna see why ocean Atlantic, because God gave me in that dream. Later on I will explain. So I see this thing pass, and I cannot follow it because I'm on the steep. That place is Sao Paulo in Brazil, between Sao Paulo and now you place Amazonia and another place called Oroco. Maybe it's mean butterfly, I don't know. In Amazon, I guess there's butterfly or not. It can be Sao Paulo, because we're called to be saints for God. So Saint Francisco, sorry, not Sao Paulo. Well, it's in Sao Paulo, I guess, close by too. So the butterfly goes, and then it's me in the house, and the police are standing into the next house, but on the sidewalk close to the street. And I see them, and I'm like, oh, okay, they're spying me. I'm doing those videos, and I don't want to see them really. So I'm not too sure about that. So as a man of God, so I'm going. I know there's some are good and some are angels there too. So I'm going, and going out, that's why there's fights and secrecy and all that stuff. So some are choosing the bad to get power in the world, and that's why you get those agency and secret and assassination and all that kind of stuff. So, but they know they have to stay away the most as possible, because there's ripple effect since we all start. So I'm going out in the house from the back door, but then I don't have my shoes, as my mom's shoes smaller, and I hesitate to go back in front. I don't know. They seem that to not move. By that time, I'm like, wow, they could have knocked the door or something. But I'm going in the back door, and I said, I just decide to go without my shoes or sandals. So I see the green grass, and it's wet, a little bit fresh. So I go there, and I pass the fence behind the house. But instead of continuing, I decided to turn right and see what's happening. So I turn right, and I go. I'm still on the other side, but I go on the next door border, the house, and I put myself stomach face up, and I feel that they can see my face as the two comes, one in front of the other one, I mentioned. Now, when you look at the map, that's a new information of Canada. When I look where's the North Atlantic Ocean and Atlantic Ocean, and I think it's gonna hit in the North Atlantic, you would see the dog face. I remember when they told us that in the school. So it's me, the dog, and then I'm trying to hide behind, I said, a little mini bush. Maybe it's his hand that you see under. And what did I said? Two come, and you see on top there's two bits, one in front of the other one, and on the left I said that lady, I recognize her as the old right neighbor of this house, family house, but now it's on the left. That same big woman, and that big woman, never seen the husband. I don't know what she was doing. That big woman, I said that the cops went between the house and the one on the left, and she opened the door on the side. I see the light, and she opens the door, so I knew that she did call. And I'm like, that's when I stopped, and they saw me, but they didn't run more. And in the front one said, we have a visitor. We have a strange visitor, meaning angel visitor, whatever. So I'm doing this. I think that's at this moment he saw just the up and he said it or right there. So then it did stop. You know, she got out. They come closer a little bit behind, and even that woman you would see is like a rat or a big turtle, whatever you call it, that makes the basin of water, and the northwest of the dog that I'm putting myself on the stomach like a dog, I guess, but that was flat. So I didn't know that in the two previous video I did. Now to get to the point, that's where I'm saying a quatrain, which is a obscure revelation, but that shows that sometimes it comes from above. And me in dreams I had, I'm more like I've worked out in the last year to share the interpretation. One time I asked a quatrain of two, I got it. Quatrain I feel like when people sell their soul, they get stuff like this, and it only serves the intelligent. So I did sold my soul, and then I returned. I was not interested when I heard to praise the devil. 2 weeks later, and 2 weeks I was just staying like this, and my dreams were being a bit artsy and selfish, but still working for the good, but turn twist to the bad. It's strange, you know. It's like good revelation, instead of sharing it good simply, they're torn to heart and big bang bang, big noise music, like it still feels separate, and it was like black box dun, 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 in the 90s dance, but now it's poof, 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 poof. And I shared that on Facebook more than a year ago. I didn't understand since last week all this, that all my dreams relates to now with the rocks, the comets. They were relating to other stuff that happened in the world, that's true, but like the world is spinning, it's repeating itself, and it works for one place and another, the same prophecy, so many times. And this is when sometimes I put this video at like Toronto, the one who was abducted, the little kid, and somebody said, wow, like finally somebody spoke. Usually I get mitigation, but now finally I see people, when I took the thumbs up and down, they like those movies. So I'm researching all this, and that's fine, and that's nice, you know, to support each other. And then I'm saying to the police the information, and I'm saying this obscure stuff. I said to the name of a two in French, and I'm seeing a frog. You see, if the comet goes in the water, it jumps like frog. The water is gonna jump, and I see it jumping, and I count them, and let's say their nose are there. I'm almost touching, but I'm not. So I'm doing this, and I'm saying the quatrain, and I said that I didn't remember except those 4 flies, and this is North Atlantic, and I said, now even I don't remember. I didn't replay the movie that I published in the last hour or two. It's but it has to do with the name, a name of a philosopher that I heard when I was young. Now, the philosopher was born in Rochefort in France, so that's a hint. And his name is 4 names, and like Pomerleau something. So I said this, and his name has a water in it. And now a man that just wrote a book about him from Toronto, speak about ontology. His next book, Ontology is the Science of Nature with Philosophy, and he has a bachelor. And now his next book, he says, that comes immediately on the search online. He says that his next book is about space, and it's like continuation. Guess what? Now the comments. So feel free to go see my ex movie. Maybe I'll stop and I'll just replay it, okay? Anyways, it means that place which water, then it turns to English, which it means like Wormwood, which it means sour water, strange, and then this. So it's the four places: England, because it started to change in English; France, it came back to France, and those 2 points. So it's in the North Atlantic. If it's splashed there, I guess it's in the middle. I know the tail of Atlas, green gas, it might be Wormwood. That splash a bit everywhere. I've even seen it when I was in Vancouver. So whatever comet is, maybe it comes from the 7 o'clock with the butterfly, 7, 8 o'clock, and that's it. Whatever it's the other name, I don't know. Comets usually are green. That's you figure out. Thank you. Yes. So the philosopher is Maurice Jean-Jacques Merleau-Ponty, which is Maurice John James Merleau-Ponty, and pound is even a pound. And Merlot means comes from amer, which means to the sea, but also sour. So you got mer without the a, and lo, which means the water. So I'm saying this quatrain that I'm hearing, but only this left, because it's a lot of words to remember in a dream. So, but we got the important is I did as I counting the frogs like this, and the cups were there. I said, a merlot, a bateau, a strange, a mertot, which means a merlot, maybe when the settler came, a bateau, French Canadian, a merlot, a bateau, a strange, which is England, and angel, the angel that do all kinds of stuff for God, like popes, but now even in art, the bad ones, like this philosopher maybe. So, but some are saved like Einstein apparently. So depends what you do, how you comport yourself and everything. It's what you know and what you're called to do. So a merlot, a bateau, a strange, a mertot. So far in the two videos I said a strange, a merlot, which a strange sour water, but it might be a strange amerto. So like this with Italy, because they drink a myrtle there. So a merlot, a bateau, a strange amerto. So definitely it looks like it's gonna hit with the confirmation of the butterfly, that I was in a steep and I couldn't go farther. I didn't see the sea because I was like a couple meters behind, right? But the butterfly went and I couldn't go forward. So to my opinion, it's gonna come that way, probably, or most importantly in the North America, or North Atlantic Ocean, and that looks like it's Wormwood and possibly Atlas Comet.